So what do we really mean by learnability? And actually, before this word was coined and really invented very recently, I think it's important to understand that it's a very well-established science, mostly within psychology, decoding individual differences in learning potential and learning motivation. Okay? And really broadly, you can think of learnability as somebody's willingness to learn or love for learning, not just learning in the traditional sense of reading a lot of books or reading, books about philosophy, history, or science, but also learning skills, learning practical, hands-on skills or aptitudes, and of course learning things that are relevant, such as interacting with technology or picking up kind of skills related to the digital age. Okay, so it can be manifested in various domains, in various fields. There's a very influential psychological theory to explain how learnability or the hungry mind really works as an instinct, as a basic instinct. A guy called Berlin in the 60s came up with a concept of epistemic curiosity. And he said what's interesting about this fundamental instinct that to some degree all humans and all species show is that unlike other instincts, the more you satisfy it, the more dissatisfied you feel. Okay, so the way it works, basically, you can think of it as the way learnability works from a motivational standpoint, is that you have a desire to know, and then when you start learning or studying something, you realize that there's a lot more you should learn or you need to learn, and that creates an even higher willingness to learn. So most of you will, or all of you will have experienced this at some point in some domain, right? If you're interested about something and you're curious, you decide to learn a little bit or study a little bit, and then you freak out because you realize, wow, I'm actually very ignorant, and there's all this stuff, and then you keep going, and if you keep, and so it's a self-perpetuating or snowballing effect that means that the more you learn, the more you want to learn. And conversely, the less you learn or the less curious you are, the less you learn and the less curious you become. So that's quite interesting. And what we know from a psychological assessment or profiling standpoint is that there are certain personality characteristics that are associated with higher learnability and with lower learnability. You don't have to think of learnability or curiosity as just a personality trait. It's clearly a set of behaviors and a motivational trait or attribute. It can be influenced by environmental and contextual factors, but above all, we know a lot about the personality or dispositions that basically create very, very noticeable individual differences in learnability.